Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew Russell. I'm the Academic Registrar here at Cranfield University, and I'd like to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony this afternoon. In addition, I'd also like to welcome all of those people who are watching the ceremony live over the internet from all over the world, and I hope that this will be a special and enjoyable occasion for everybody. The Vice-Chancellor will soon be arriving to welcome you formally to the ceremony this afternoon, but I'd like to take this opportunity just to make a few short announcements. The graduation ceremony is a formal occasion and will last probably just under 2 hours. You are expected to remain in your seats for the duration of the ceremony, but if you need to leave the hall for any reason, please do so, but you may not be allowed to come back in and will be directed to watch the rest of the ceremony from an adjacent building. So please remain in your seats at all times, unless, of course, you're coming up to graduate. You are very welcome to take pictures, but please do this from where you're sitting. And could you make sure that any mobile phones or other devices are switched to silent mode now, please? Just so that you know what will happen this afternoon, the graduates will come up onto the stage here and be conferred their award by the Chancellor. They'll then leave the stage at the other end and then process around the hall. Please feel free to applaud them as they go. In the unlikely event that there is a fire alarm, please pay attention to the staff who are wearing the blue sashes, and they will direct you as to how to leave the building. And finally, can I ask you please to stand when the academic procession enters the hall in a few moments' time? Thank you.
assembly is now open. Please be seated.
Chancellor, as Interim Head of the School of Engineering, I present to you the graduands of the Cranfield College of Aeronautics. Firstly, I refer you to page 4 of the ceremony programme, on which the postgraduate diploma graduands are named. I ask you on the authority of the Senate to confer the postgraduate diploma on the candidates I shall now present to you, and on the remainder in absentia.
I confer on them the postgraduate certificate.
Suzanne Boothman. Valentino Ali. Mamoun Kuzbari. Gonza Walterji. Next, Chancellor, I refer you to pages 4 to 6 of the ceremony programme, on which the College of Aeronautics Master of Science graduands are named. I ask you, on the authority of the Senate, to confer the degree of Master of Science on the candidates I shall now present to you, and on the remainder in absentia.
I admit them to the degree of Master of Science.
Danielle Barreca, winner of the Aerospace Sciences Departmental Prize. Andres Montalvo, winner of the Space Master Prize. Roger Montfort, winner of the Course Director's Prize for Structural Design option on the MSc in Aerospace Vehicle Design. Camille Battisti, winner of the Course Director's Prize for the Best Overall Performance on the MSc in Aerospace Dynamics. Catherine Bennell, winner of the Space Master Prize. Jean-Jacques Baroudia, winner of the Alan Newell Memorial Prize in Aircraft Design. John Boothman, winner of the Course Director's Prize for Best Overall Contribution to a Group Design Project on the MSc in Aircraft Engineering. James Bruce, winner of the Course Director's Prize for Best Thesis in Airport Planning and Management.
They always say never appear with children and animals, but I must make an amendment to that and say never appear with children, animals or barristers. We're at the end of the afternoon. I'm the only thing between you and freedom and celebration. The formal part of the degree ceremony is almost over, but I just want to say a few more words to our new graduates, because one of the most frustrating things about these degree ceremonies is, as every single one of you comes up onto the stage, I know you've got a story of what's gone on so far, and a story of what's going to happen in the future. And I'm dying to know what these stories are, but I can't hear them from you as you pass over the stage so quickly. It's very frustrating. The degree you've been awarded today represents a huge amount of hard work, and several people have already congratulated you on your success, but I want to add my congratulations. But of course you didn't do it alone, as others have said. You've got partners and family and friends, and they deserve some thanks too. Many of them moved to be with you while you were here studying. We've got students from over 100 countries worldwide, and many of them are here today, while others can't join us. But they all made sacrifices, they all put up with you, and I think that what I want to do is to ask the new graduates to give a round of applause to everybody who put up with them over the last little while. So if you Now, when you go back into the world, and some of you indeed are already back in the world, you have a Cranfield qualification under your belt. And a degree from Cranfield is truly distinctive in a whole variety of ways. And the things that I think I've found most distinctive since I came into association with Cranfield are some of the following. First of all, Cranfield really is about real-life issues and practical solutions. And I've invented a thing called the Cranfield newspaper test. And that is, if you open a newspaper, well, perhaps not any newspaper, I would advise against The Sun, for example. But if you open a respectable newspaper, and just open it at random and choose any story, I bet you anything that there's a Cranfield link. Somewhere here there will be somebody working on that issue. So, for example, when the Icelandic volcano blew up last year, I'm sorry to say I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but when it exploded last year and we had all the ash clouds and all of us were grounded, the first plane to go up to go and test the ash cloud flew from the airfield here, from Cranfield's airfield. Cranfield's very, very active in tackling issues like global climate change with innovative wind turbines. Now, this is going to reveal the fact that I'm not a scientist when I describe this innovation in wind turbinery. Instead of having the effort, which often wears turbines out, of making them go round and round that way, somebody bright in this establishment thought, well, actually, it'd be much easier if they went round and round that way. So that's something that's now being developed as a much more easily maintainable wind turbine, a piece of pure Cranfieldism in lateral thinking. And we've got other technologies too in climate change being developed, harvesting marine algae, for example, to make low-carbon aviation fuel. Now, I must admit that when I was talking to somebody at lunchtime, they said, but will it fly? And, of course, Cranfield is renowned for its collaboration with business, and we had a big breakthrough last year, a thing called Demon, which was an innovative flapless flight machine. Try saying that after 2 glasses of champagne. In collaboration with BAE Systems, we had the first flight of that new piece of innovative technology. But it's not just collaboration with business, it's collaboration across the university. The university is like a sort of massive, great speed dating agency for specialists from all sorts of fields who, as they meet round the university, spark off ideas, interdisciplinary ideas, that can come together in innovative ways. So, for example, Clostridium difficile is a hospital-acquired infection that's very serious and needs to be treated very quickly if people are not going to potentially suffer and die from it. But it takes ages to grow it in the lab to find out whether it is Clostridium difficile that someone's infected with. So, in an innovative work between Cranfield Health and the School of Engineering, we've got people trying to work out how you can smell the volatile components of Clostridium difficile infection and identify it instantly as opposed to having to wait. So faster control for a really important, pervasive health challenge. These are the sorts of collaborations that produce Cranfield's distinctiveness and its very relevance to real issues in the real world, which really is the crux of what I want to say to you as you go out into the real world, because the skills and knowledge that you have as Cranfield graduates will make a huge contribution to improving the real world. And as I wish you success in your future careers, just remember that you, as an individual, can change that world. I want to thank you for the time that you've spent here with the Cranfield family of teachers and researchers and other staff, and I hope that you will stay part of the Cranfield family, that worldwide family that stretches into many countries across the globe. One last thanks, because I've been blowing Cranfield's trumpet for the last few minutes. I just want to thank the real trumpets at the back, Bravura Brass. They've piped us in and they've piped us out, and they're about to do that again. But before we do that, can I just wish you all success in your lives, in your work, in changing the world, and in having a bloody good party tonight. Thank you very much. Can
Can I ask you all to stand for the national anthem?